The tufted titmouse is a cousin to the black-capped chickadee and is just as cute, that's for sure. This little tufted titmouse right here showed up at our bird feeders at Lake Meyer Park the other day, and it's only the second tufted titmouse that I've seen at Lake Meyer Park in almost 40 years of working here. We're right at the northern edge of the tufted titmouse's, you might say, habitat range. They don't like cold weather, and it gets pretty, if it gets down to 20 below zero, they just might not survive those types of temperatures. But they do show up here in Winneshiek County now and then, and even nest here. They'll nest in a tree cavity just like a black-capped chickadee. If you've got sunflower seed or peanuts out at your bird feeder, look for the little tufted titmouse possibly showing up there this winter. Some people don't like common starlings because they're a non-native bird for one thing, and they do compete at times with some of our woodpeckers and eastern bluebirds for nesting cavities, so I guess that is a kind of a dig against them there. But they really are beautiful birds, especially when they're in their winter plumage, like we see here with all of those white speckles or striped chevrons that we see on their breast. And look at all the gorgeous colors, purples and greens and blues mixed in with what we typically think of as a black starling. But starlings are opportunistic birds. They'll eat just bird seeds, suet. This one here is eating some crab apples. So if you've got a crab apple tree in your yard that's still holding fruit this winter, you might look out one day and see a starling sampling some of those crab apples. Virgin's bower is a delightful little woodland vine. Usually you'll find it along woodland edges or often in what I'd call a thicket, which is just a kind of a brushy habitat that's pretty dense, makes good cover for birds and wildlife. But these Virgin's bower vines will climb up into the trees and sometimes out along fence lines as well. It also goes by the name of wild clematis because it is cousin to the clematis flowers or vines that people will put up on a trellis in their backyard. Traveler's joy, another name for the Virgin's bower, because if you're out for a walk, especially in the autumn now, and you kind of see those little pale seed plumes blowing around in the breeze, it is kind of a delightful sight to see. They're waving around in the wind right here, kind of look like little ghosts flying around. So watch for these friendly little ghosts now about Halloween or trick-or-treat time out in the woods.